Hey there, everybody. It's Anthony and Kevin. This is Kevin. We're the creators of Albatross Junction, new comic book, and we're going to show you the process of how we're creating it and how we're drawing it as we go. We're basically doing the 7th show right now. So if you're checking this one out for the first time, go back and check out the earlier ones. They bounce back and forth between my channel, Kevin's channel, Kev Cosme on YouTube. And we're going to kind of continue what we were working on last time. Kevin's working on a bunch of character designs for the look of the character, and I'm working on some actual page pencils to have a bunch of thumbnails for the first issue. And we're going through, I think I'm on page 7 or something, even though
nice.
Even though the pages aren't like normally coinciding, with the number of the episode, but that's just how it is.
All right. So yeah, man, I think then we'll try to come up with a look for Adrienne Paul. I think that's where we left off. So it's time.
I like what you were saying earlier about how
canisters and all that.
Yeah. I was thinking, bandoliers. I mean, not that you have to pile them all onto this character.
Yeah.
But just like overall, we can add that because I think people are kind of carrying like what they own and stuff. I mean. I see her just having utility belts. You know what I'm saying? Like she gets active. I think like some of these people, like maybe her when she goes out into the world, like for an excursion outside of Quantum Heights, maybe she's carrying even more. Like, how like in the Lord of the Rings or like in the 1800s, they're carrying like the pots and pans that they're going to use. Right. So like, sometimes maybe these people that are like traveling on that, like some people have like a mode of transportation, like a little bike or whatever. So maybe like on there, kind of like in Star Wars episode 7, Rey had a bike with a bunch of junk piled onto it. And that's like, it wasn't all her junk because she had like a house too. But some of these people are like, we're calling them nomads. They're just traveling like from one, just traveling for food or traveling to like find heat or warmth or traveling to find like a new place to live. And they might just be carrying like everything that they have. But people like Adrienne Paul are just kind of like military people. They have a place to live. They live in Quantum Heights. They're not always out there like traveling.
Yeah, man. So as far as who she is though, she's pretty much third in command, right? It's Donovan, Dobbs, and then Paul. She's like soldier number 1, I would say.
Yeah.
She's like something gotta happen outside of Quantum Heights. You send in Paul.
Yeah.
She's bringing whoever she's bringing with her to make it happen.
Yeah. And
they call her Paul. Her name is Adrienne Paul, but they call her Paul because she's not a girly girl at all.
She's kind of like one of the guys.
Yeah. She's the head. She's one of the head guys.
Like she's tough too. Like
no joke.
Yeah, on one of the upcoming pages, like she's like kicking down a door, like in one of the, not barracks, but like one of the military.
Yeah, she's no joke.
She's
She's
always got a big gun.
Yeah.
It's talked about her kind of being like akin to the woman in Aliens, something like that combined with like something else, And
she's short and stocky with one tata.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy. That's her like physical characteristic. The backstory to that too, like whether it's like an operation or cancer, who knows? But
yeah, like at least she'll be easy to identify for the most part. She'll be easy to identify in the book.
Yeah, man. So I always laugh at who I think her references are when I said Meatloaf from Fight Club.
I always forget
that kills me. Meatloaf from Fight Club with the
but he's
Spanish chick from Alien. What's up?
Tougher than that dude, though.
Yeah, that's where the Spanish chick from Alien comes. A mean little, with the big ass gun. So I see like she's like military as the alien girl, and just big like Meatloaf. It's funny, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do, man. So I'm gonna get just sketching away. I only have like that initial sketch I did of her.
I was thinking like, should I show? I think I showed last time, but I'll show like one of the original sketches for her.
And this is like a old sketch.
Oh, there's actually two really old ones in the beginning.
Yeah, it's old. They're probably like 5 years old.
Yeah, maybe more. Let me change the camera here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get going on some. I'm gonna update her a little bit.
So this was like
yeah, it's like to meet. Yeah,
one of the first pictures of Adrienne.
That arm is wonky as hell, man. That arm is wonky. I like this face though.
I do. Like, so this is kind of like our comic kind of goes across, a couple time periods where like the characters, some of the characters, maybe there's a flashback, maybe they're aging through the story. And this lower picture of her, like, I think the main picture is like her, 10 years ago or something. And then like this lower picture is like her right now.
Yeah.
And then this is just kind of a more updated picture, but not by much. This is just something you went over. I think like you went over an older picture with some color, I think.
Yeah. I think that's digital though. Let me see if I can find it.
No, I think even this was a sketch, and then you went over it a couple years later, which is a couple years ago, and then recently you actually added like digital color.
Yeah, recently I took that digital and I went a little anime with it. This camera probably show it better. This camera here.
Oh yeah, I love that.
They're showing up pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, right?
you have it pretty dark. Oh yeah, no, now it's better. Yeah, you have it pretty dark in the image, but yeah, I do see that.
Yeah, buddy. But yeah, I'm gonna take it a little further than this. Like give her, like get her face settled and everything else.
Yeah, like I would say, this illustration on the left side of the screen, Adrienne Paul is kind of like her interior outfit, kind of, and then she needs a coat too or something.
Yeah, she needs to like have her gear on. Oh, you made her diesel.
This is like an interior, like this is like she's in the mess hall.
Yeah, it's her house clothes.
Start a fight with somebody.
That's her house clothes right there.
Yeah, like so she's inside right here, but she's gonna need to have different clothes.
Nice. So what? As far as pages though, you said you're on page 7, right?
Yeah, this is like one panel I don't think you saw. I'm not sure about this little display that I have Donovan using. I have Dobbs using like a handheld display to get his readout. And then I have Donovan with like a over the eye display, but I'm just not sure if I want to go with that for that panel. Then I'm also showing Dobbs like putting away his equipment as he's going to kind of leave the scene right here to go to the aircraft. So right here in this portion of the page, I have a plan that I thought of earlier, what I'm going to do. Like we have that little thumbnail, and I have like a kind of a good idea. Like originally I had the elevator shaft on the right side, but I think I'm going to have to move it to the left side just to make story sense. It's going to have to go from here. He's going to be going up the elevator, and then I'll have panels here that show the family and him kind of saying goodbye.
All right. So this is after Donovan and Dobbs got like a ping from their communicated from the junction.
Right. That like occurs right here.
Yeah.
And he's kind of talking about it. That's still the tribute scene. But they've kind of gone under like a little overpass. So their transport device has gone underneath something. So it's kind of like the confetti kind of slows down and it gets darker here. So they're kind of underneath something where it pulled in, right? and then Dobbs is going to leave. I actually think that like this space is something I got to check. And then this area here is going to be him going up the elevator.
Nice.
And then here is going to be kind of talking with the wife. It's going to be kind of like but I have an idea for Donovan to be like exhausted in the elevator. And then also,
you want him to be exhausted, you said?
Like I want to show him he's alone, and I want to show him kind of leaning against the elevator, like looking a little bit exhausted.
Like just getting tired?
Like, he's been out like in the public eye and like fighting that war, and it's just all like kind of like, I always like that. You remember the show 24? I just got into big time, like when you guys gave me the DVD, like you and Marty gave me the DVD or something, or I borrowed your DVD or Marty's, and what the deal was in that show. I think the show was so thrilling because it was like the dude never got sleep. He was like always out of time, right? It was a show all about like a countdown, TikTok. He's kind of getting captured. He's escaping. He's like never getting any rest, like because the show is always like starting out where they're like, oh, you just did like a tour in Afghanistan, you're there for like 7 weeks, like it was nonstop, aren't you exhausted? He's like, yeah, I'm headed to bed right now. Then all of a sudden 24 starts and it's like, oh no, he's going to be up for 24 hours dealing with this emergency.
All right.
The way that they set it up, like they always set it up where he's like, he kind of starts out like where he's like you think he's going to go to bed, but then 24 starts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking like that type of theme here where he's finally alone just for a moment. He kind of leans against the thing. I was kind of show that he's like his like musculature, but he's leaning against the kind of wall there. And then in the apartment, I was thinking the scene where the sun comes up to him, he could actually be kind of like, I don't want to say slumped in a chair, but kind of like, in a sense, like, maybe one of the only times he's going to get to like relax. It's just for a minute. Cause because you remember in the previous panel, he tells Dobbs that he's going to meet him in like 7 minutes. So all this happens like, he's not really relaxing. He's kind of just quickly, like, he's like, I'll be back type of thing.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what I'm getting to.
I can see that.
I think that could also allow, the wife maybe leans in for a kiss, and there's a son there that he could. You'll have to tell me the little detail again if I didn't write it down.
Which detail?
Like something when the son comes up to him, he's going to.
He's always asking to help, and his posture.
Yeah, so it's like it's not about. Is it about something that Donovan has to do like with his hand?
Well, he's like the. Well, his son is kind of just a little off, you know what I'm saying? I guess on the spectrum or something like that. And he's always asking to help, and Donovan he's not always brushing him off, but he's never really took the time to figure out what his son is good for. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He's just always busy dealing with things going on in the world. So he's always like, yeah, when I get back, we'll do something. Like I'll have you help me with XYZ. Like he's just brushing him off just his whole life. So his son is always like standing there, kind of just like defeated, like kind of like a silly posture. You know what I mean?
Like he wants to go with the dad.
Yeah, he always wants to go with his dad.
What was your idea having to do with the exterior elevator? Because like I have an idea, but maybe I can like cross the two.
Kind of. I was talking about showing the shaft go from the bottom right up into the panel where he comes out of it.
Were you saying something about it like being on the outside of the building or something? But because I have this idea where
I was talking about it being on the outside of the panels. So like if this is the panel Like say there's a top panel, right? And like you have whatever panels down here. I was thinking about showing the like the shaft going through it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And like you can have like you know how you can have like the speed lines or whatever. And like this is him here. And like then this is where he gets off, right? And he's like looking at it. He's like looking at his family, right?
Okay.
Just to give it a little bit of motion.
All right, I think I can do that.
It's just an idea though. Because then on the bottom here, you could put like a little indication of like the parade or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like a little.
Well, I kind of want to. I have an idea to show it.
Little groups of people in the confetti.
I have an idea to show it right here, if you can see.
But you know what I'm saying? Like this could just be a little quick little detail, and like that's kind of like just dark or darkened out on the bottom.
I like it. Yeah. I'm gonna do it right here to like bisect the page. I think it'll make sense if it's right next to the elevator, going in the same direction as the elevator.
Yeah, man.
But I'm kind of going to show some of the outside. Like the outside of the building. Like you said, where the contribute's still happening.
Yeah. This dude said, I was talking about that video of Jim Lee.
Oh, yeah.
He said the forearms just be an emoji eggplant. Eggplant emoji. I was laughing at that all day, man.
I was meaning to watch that McFarlane video you sent me by this time, but I didn't get a chance to yet.
He the best. Yeah, that McFarlane video was sick. That dude is just crazy, man. They're all crazy. Can't go wrong with the classics, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No way.
Never go wrong with that 90s look.
Can't go wrong with that. How do you draw a one take tile without looking like it's a mistake?
Well, maybe you draw two and erase one.
It's metaphorical.
I just hope we get it right as far as which one it is every single time.
Well, I say it's the one over the heart.
Okay. That always confused me because, like, as a kid, you put your hand over your heart and stuff like that. And then when you start seeing, like, diagrams of the human body and stuff like that, isn't the heart right in the middle?
I mean, I always felt it was a little off to the left.
I guess,
not directly in the middle.
I always thought that was like sentimental, that like people thought that, but when in fact it's like directly in the middle. But I'm not a doctor.
I don't think it's exactly in the middle though.
Like going back to that show 20.
I gotta look.
Like that show 24. We were talking about. They did like an assassination where they shot the woman through the heart. She's one of my favorite characters. She got shot through the heart. They shot her right through the center of the chest. There's no effing around with the left or the right. It was just like right through the center. Job was done. It sucked. I liked that character. I was like one of my favorites. She was like the female Jack Bauer, Regina.
Yeah, the bulk of it is on the left. If you can see it over here. I forgot what camera I was on.
Oh, let's see.
So like the organ is in the middle, but like it.
Oh, like the bigger part of it.
Yeah, it's on the left.
All right, whatever. Like
whatever, man.
Whatever,
man.
On 24, they're right. Gotta shoot the middle.
Got to shoot the middle, yo. The craziest like sniper tip I've ever seen on a show was Boardwalk Empire, man.
Oh, that's
Richard, whatever his name was, Richard something with the mask.
Yeah.
Bro, when he was like always aiming for right under the eye to get the brain at the base.
Yeah, so there was like never going to be a second shot.
Oh man, that was crazy. I was like, that's crazy. Who figured that out?
Well, he did, because he almost got assassinated that way or killed that way, right? So like,
that's crazy.
He was like, "Yo," because they probably told him at the doctor, like, "Yo, 1 centimeter up, and you would have died." So he's like, "Perfect. I'm an assassin. I'll use that." Like they didn't have much knowledge in the 20s. They had to like go get the knowledge from someone that knew it. They couldn't just like look online or whatever like dumb news article was happened to be out. Maybe they can glean some information from it.
Yeah, it's wild, man. That was wild. I'm giving this chick some type of cannon.
Cannon. She's holding it above her head, or she's got it. Like,
I'm seeing it like a sleeve that kind of like. I'm freestyling right now, man.
Would you listen to some kind of game or something?
Think it's a game? Think it's a joke?
Some kind of game.
Think I'm playing with you? Think I got time to play with you?
Oh yeah, I think this is working. Get this more in camera view.
What's up?
Gotta get this more in camera view here. I feel like it's, or maybe it's in view. Yeah, I can't tell what you're drawing yet. It almost looks like a spacesuit.
Yeah, she's thick, man. She's a big girl. I mean, I don't even know what I'm drawing yet.
I'll have to see how you do these character designs. It almost seems like you're not doing like a front view, side view type of thing. It's like you're personifying them into like whatever they're about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can flip them around.
No, I mean it's all good. I'm just saying that's how it seems like you're kind of just like you're kind of like putting a personality into the.
Yeah. Try not to make her too like muscular. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that? Couldn't she?
I don't want to make her like. She shouldn't be looking like the Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but think about it. Like, since this is the future, like for instance, Harris was over my house yesterday. My friend Harris, he's got some kind of thing that injects himself with insulin built into his arm. And all he has to do is press a button on his phone, and he can get the injection. It's like a little robot on his arm.
Uh-huh.
So and then okay, so take that knowledge, and then also remember Bane from the comics, Batman's Bane enemy. and he would like inject himself with a bunch of steroids, and all of a sudden he was like more than a match for Batman once he was like all injected up with steroids. So I kind of think, what if these people have, she might have some kind of like advanced version of that where when they're about to like go into make, maybe she looks like that, but then when she's about to like, I mean, I don't know how it works. Like maybe they kind of have to.
I like the idea of her just being a raw animal. You know what I'm saying? We all knew that one bigger person who was like athletic as hell.
It's like all attitude with her.
No, I mean, you don't know anyone who looked out of shape but was in crazy condition.
Yeah.
I knew a couple of dudes that was like they look out of shape, but they was straight dust you in a race. They were strong as hell. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how I see her, really, just being just a raw killer. She's a raw vegan killer, man. Everything she's gluten free.
Really? Is that true?
Nah. Nah. Yo, I ordered a the other day when I went to Starbucks. Not the time I met you there. The time before that, I ordered that green, whatever the hell it's called, green latte, whatever. And I got something on it. Remember, like I got something stupid. It was gluten free. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this. I'm on a diet. It's gluten free, whatever. And I'm like laughing to myself, thinking I'm hilarious. And the lady's just looking at me with the poker face, like, what size? I'm like, damn, all right. Forget you then. Showed me no love, man. She was like, what size? Like, stop talking to me, bro.
She was not impressed with your work.
She wasn't. She didn't even want to hear it, man. She was like, shut up, sir. You want a grande mocha latte venti or what? What you want?
I never know how to order there.
Well, yeah, you're a champ. Yo, you are a champ.
Like when they got the posters up, I know exactly what it is, but then they take the posters down and they still have that item. So then I'm trying to remember like what it is.
You were
Is it a blonde venti?
Yeah, you got a blonde something. I was like, what are you talking about?
It's like I'm trying to get the ice drink, but you have to say so many words to actually get the drink. It's not that easy.
It ain't that simple over here. It's not that kind of party. It ain't that kind of party over here. Yeah, I think I'm still going with her shaved head. Definitely going with the shaved head.
Like fully shaved or half head shaved?
Half. Half shaved.
Not sure.
What's up?
Not sure about what I just drew, so I'm deleting it. Deleting that from the gigabyte of memory. I tried to touch the page the other day like I did with you that one day. I tried to like maneuver the page like it was an iPad.
You try to do this?
I tried to like do like maneuvers to get it.
That's funny.
To get it to move. Yeah, because I think I just wanted this panel to be like way closer and let your panel of the fact that your panel is showing like the silhouette to actually take that elevator idea. I can actually do a closer up thing here. It's way better to do it closer up. See his face. Maybe try to get him to look exhausted here. Like this is where I want to utilize the way you want Donovan to look with the shadow under the eyes where you don't really see his eyes.
Yep.
It's kind of what I'm thinking for this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That'll be cool. Definitely be cool.
Oh, I wanted to show you that comic, but you know what? I'll probably show you tomorrow.
Did you go through it?
No, I actually didn't.
You didn't look at it at all?
No. took it out of the box and then did other stuff. I wonder if here we could do some kind of thing where it's like a reflection, possibly. So we take this drawing, maybe put it in the window of this elevator.
Oh, all right. That could work.
I gotta figure that out.
That could work. That could work.
She got waders on?
She got what?
She have waders?
What are waders?
Like when you go into the river?
Oh, no. Waders. I'm trying to figure out how you would render the reflection over his face. Like the reflection's on the outside, right? What you talking about?
I'm trying to think, like, yeah, how would it be? Would it be like right here if you see where my hand is? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. She has kind of like a strap that's going over one shoulder, I could tell, right?
Yeah, yep.
What is she holding in that hand? That's like a big gun?
It's like a cannon that your hand slips inside of.
I see. Oh, okay. That's cool. You know what kind of be interesting right here, if you could look at like my panel, is like if through the inks right here, I mean, I know it's like a huge foreshadow to something just like way later, but what if through the inks right here of how we do Donovan's face right here, you kind of see Nika?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. Leave little clues here and there.
This is Nika's father, so just, I don't know, just maybe through the way these shadows are.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You gonna go see that Dr. Sleep movie?
I want to. Did you ask me if I'm going to go see it, or are you telling me you're going to go see it?
I'm asking you if you're gonna go.
Oh yeah, I want to check that out. I wanted to check out Terminator before you said it was garbage.
No, I mean it's like it's entertaining, but they just hurt like what you know already. They hurt it, But it's like an entertaining type of like action movie. It's just you just kind of leave wondering why did they make those certain choices to kind of hurt. They didn't have to do that. It's kind of cruel.
Yeah.
That was a cruel way to go about it, I thought. But on second thought, you might go in and say, you know what, the machines are so ruthless and relentless that maybe they did do that. What they're saying they did, but it's just quite odd that the vigilance of the human beings. I don't know. I think that the human beings in Terminator 2 like kind of would have remained a little more vigilant than they're depicted in this movie like being. It seems like shortly thereafter they lose their kind of like wariness. They think everything's okay, but it's kind of not okay, And you're like, well, I don't know. I think Sarah Connor would have been a little more ready, like rather than just drinking margaritas. I don't think she's just going to go to drinking margaritas like after Terminator 2. I mean, maybe that's just a realistic, and I just can't accept that. Maybe I just can't accept like the actual realism of it. That's like, yeah, she went and vacationed. She had a couple margaritas. She brought her son. They were chilling, and they were at like a resort with like 200 other people. It looked like I just don't see them hanging out on a vacation resort or whatever, right? Even if they were in like Guatemala, whatever they said, like, oh, I'm in Guatemala or something. It's like, well, I don't know. Like when they said that in the previous movie in Terminator 2, he's like, yeah, we hang out in Nicaragua and Guatemala and places like that. You picture it's like military, like they're actually uncovering in the ground like a military little holdout where they have some guns.
Yeah.
Arnold, pulls off the sheet and they got some big guns, a Gatling gun, and he's very excited. So you just picture, okay, and they even have a helicopter there or something. So you picture these other places that they would visit would be like holdout places kind of. But then they depict them in this movie just like they're chilling. No, they're at a tiki bar. They're ordering margaritas and pina coladas. It's like, okay, I don't. First of all, I'm not buying that. And then what happens? Like, there's like a T-800 hanging out in this world, and it grows old. So this is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it grows old, and he's hanging out like pretending to be married, and they actually ask him at one point, like, do you love this woman? And he's like, well, I'm trying to like love her. It's not like a human's love though. And it's just like, wait, what's going on here? Like, this is not is this a Terminator? Am I missing something? Like, I just, okay, he's and then at one point Sarah Connor goes, he's an infiltration unit, so okay, it's starting to make sense. Like, he's an infiltration unit, he's hiding out here. But it's just like, I don't know about all that. Like, maybe, but I don't know. It's like they take all that stuff kind of far when. Like someone pointed out online that they're kind of just trying to remake Terminator 2 with it, where they're just trying to say, hey, here's somebody else is sent back to protect them, and there's a Terminator after them. Go, and it's just that same thing again, though. Really, like, isn't there some creativity, where they could be like, okay, here's like a brand new situation with a Terminator, rather than just like, yeah, okay, we sent someone back, protect this person. Go, it's a race, and you're far under gun, or you're overmatched, whatever else.
Sounds annoying as hell.
I thought like the action scenes were pretty sweet for what they were trying to do. A lot of people that I was looking at online said that they didn't think that the CGI was good. I thought the CGI was nice. The main character, Kenzie Davis, I thought it was nice. It was cool. She was physical. She was jumping around. It was believable that she could take on this Terminator. some of the weaknesses she had were believable. So it's like, why did you kind of were on the right track with some of the stuff, and then some of the other stuff was really weird.
Then the rest of their stuff is just crap.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Yeah.
And like you even giggle, like some people. I mean, I was just laughing out loud, and other people were laughing out loud with me at certain parts that were just like the cringe-worthy dialogue parts, where like they would like stop the action just to say some like, I don't know, some weird announcement. You're just like, what? And you could hear the audience just giggle. Everyone's saying, what? You know, like, why is this character saying that? And then when the character was done saying it, they would say it again, and you're like, oh jeez, this is just like as if one cringe wasn't bad enough, you know?
Yeah.
Like, stop, just shut up, just get back to the punching. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you know what's kind of weird? It's like in Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, you have like somebody who is part. You have somebody who's like part skeletal robot, and you have somebody who is like the liquid all combined, so she can kind of infiltrate the technology of our time over the 90s, like whatever time it's supposed to be, 2004 or 2003, and she can infiltrate, you know, police cars and take them over, and then all of a sudden our main characters, our heroes, are being pursued by like an army of trucks and police cars that she's taken over. In this movie, same thing really. Like the dude who is the Terminator, he has, who is like the newest Terminator, he has like an endoskeleton that's a metal endoskeleton, a robotic thing, as you saw in the trailer maybe. Plus, he's got the silicone covering or whatever, you know, like the liquid metal covering. And the weird thing is, like, he does similar things, but he never uses it really offensively. Where like he will like hack into a computer, or he will find out through video cameras like where those people are, but he never like sends police cars after them or whatever. There's a couple times though where he sends a drone after them, so I guess that's the equivalent of it. But I just thought, like, you know, he could do that. Wouldn't he do that more, where he would take over like kind of everything? Like in Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, I thought it was very smart, where as soon as she's plugging into everything, the evil Terminator, she starts taking over. Like that started the takeover. But in this movie, they didn't go that direction. They didn't say like, listen, this guy who's hacking in, he's not like causing extra trouble. He just wants to kill this person, right? So I thought like Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines was smarter in that sense, where, you know, the antagonist was actually causing the catastrophe of the end of the world as the movie proceeded. It's pretty epic. I mean, if you go back and check it out, it's pretty epic. Whereas,
Mundo's on. What up, Mundo?
Sorry, go ahead.
I said Mundo's on.
Yo, what's going on in Mundo?
I still gotta check it out though, man.
Yeah, like I think, because when I saw what happened to my to one of to the characters we know from the second movie, I was kind of watching the rest of it to see where that was going to tie back in, and it just never ever did. Like it never ever like went anywhere with like, why did they do this? The only reason was to like usher in somebody else. So it was just like, that was just, I don't know. That was an odd play, I thought, which never paid off for us as the audience. But all the stuff in the middle of the movie, I thought was pretty good. I thought it was these people were fighting in every kind of like environment that you could imagine as like a major set piece. It's like a plane going down, they're fighting on it. It's like a boat or something, they're fighting on it. You just imagine any scenario, they're like fighting on the highway. But still, like some previous movies did some of that stuff better. Like remember the previous movie where Arnold got out of the moving car?
Yeah.
That was sweet. That was sweet. There was a few sweet things in there that like kind of make it doable. You know, because like us as like people that devour that type of stuff, like artists, you'll get something because of so many people's hands had a play in it that you will. So many artists that you will get something from it. Like I felt like the markings on Mackenzie Davis's character, I forget the name of the person in the movie, Grace. The markings on Grace's character were like pretty cool. Like, it's kind of the stuff we talked about where like if people were enhanced, they would have like a scar or something, or if they had like brain surgery, they would have like a scar across their head. She was what they call augmented in the movie, which meant she was a human, but she had special abilities that they like surgically implanted, kind of like Wolverine. So, she had all these like kind of interesting scars on her that were, I guess you could say I would say designer scars. You know what I mean? They looked cool in the shape of like possible implants that might have been put in her. So I thought that was kind of related to our story.
Mm-hmm. Just getting off work, seeing how the drones were coming along. Yeah, man, we're working on Adrienne Paul, the character we spoke about last week, who's a heavy hitter to our story, really. So we're trying to get her a little settled as far as like what she got on and stuff. And Ant's cranking along on page 7. Well, he's getting rid of some of page 7.
I go back and forth here. I feel like this guy's a little stockier. His arm would be more in front of his head here. Like I've talked about his arms being like Wolverine arms. Like I'm not playing around with that. I need his arms to be Diesel.
Yeah, dude is Tyson, man.
So, I mean, yeah, like Tyson, like Popeye. He's got to have.
Dude is like Tyson's grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
Tyson's great grandson.
Oh, grandson. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not shaking the table too much, but I'm pretty aggressive when it comes to handling.
What's up? Oh,
pretty aggressive when it comes to handling.
I never played that game. You played that game, man?
Yeah.
I almost did. I remember the artwork being sick. Just never played it.
I don't have too much time for games, but when I do, I'll play the Grand Theft Auto.
Wait. I don't know if Mundo heard you say that you were talking about Terminator, the new movie Terminator, not our story. That you went to check it out. It wasn't really too impressed.
Say that again?
I don't know if Mundo knew you were talking about the new Terminator.
Oh. Yeah, Terminator Dark Fate.
You weren't too happy.
Not too pleased with the way they treated our favorite people from Terminator 2. Not cool. It also just is dumb. So like after I'll tell you how it's dumb after you see it, Kev. A couple kind of Terminator fact reasons that just won't make sense after this movie plays out.
Just doesn't hold up. Toyminator.
Terminator is a powerful, powerful idea.
Oh yeah, it's sick.
It's a sick idea. It's kind of like finished after Terminator 2, though. There's places you could go. They went Terminator 3. I love that. I love seeing the end of the world after Terminator 3. The end of Terminator 3.
Why the hell I picked this up?
I like spending time in the future. Terminator 4. Still not high enough on this one.
Oh, there's an augmented person in that game too.
Oh, and Deus Ex.
Yeah.
I loved those Matrix games from back in the day. Maybe there was one Matrix game.
That Matrix game was crazy.
It was like on PlayStation 2, I think, or Xbox.
It was old. Yeah, it was old. It was a long time ago, man. They did it right though.
That was something special.
Now that game was sick. That game was sick.
Talk about being augmented. You had the ability to slow down time. You got the bullet time. You could freak out like you're in a movie. You could do kung fu to people. You could throw people across the air, throw them into the ceiling. You remember you were like in a mall or something. You had.
I'm gonna. The only board I remember is being in the airport and fighting the helicopter that was shooting through the windows.
Do you remember the super hard part? I think it was like. Was it leading up to that or something where you were like on this building that was under construction and all these agents would come out?
That was crazy too.
It was ridiculous.
That was real crazy. That was really crazy.
I don't even know if I can do that. Like, I think I would have my friend do that for me. I don't actually remember ever completing that part. I mean, maybe I did. I think there was jumping involved. That was hard. You could fall to your death.
Game was sick. I just liked how you can pick the different groups of people. Like, what was Jada Pickett's name again?
Niobe.
Niobe, yeah, you could be Niobe. You could be whoever.
I was Niobe all the time.
That was sick.
I thought she was the best at it. Like, you could be like, there was another goofy dude you could be.
There was a lot of people. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
I think Niobe was the character you could be that had like the most speaking role in the movie.
Yeah, she had her own ship.
The other people was like, you had like her second in command. I think you could be. There was only a couple playable characters. Niobe was definitely the best one.
Niobe. I don't know how you remember her name though.
What new movie are you talking about, Edmund? Are you talking about Star Wars movie or Matrix movie?
Who, me?
Edmundo said, can't wait to see the new movie.
Oh, I think he's talking about the Terminator.
Oh, jeez. Bad then.
Yeah. You missed your hatred for it.
It's better. It's definitely better than the last.
It's better than the last one.
Better than the last one, yeah.
I mean, I had some fun during the last one. Not much, but you know.
I felt like Jai Courtney really big turn off for me. That was terrible. What was he playing? He was playing Kyle Reese. It was terrible. Oh. Nothing like Kyle Reese. That was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
That was pretty bad.
But everything else about it was okay. Again, they were pooping on original Terminator though. They were saying that never happened. They were saying that original Terminator stuff never happened.
That's a new trend, man.
And then they were even trying to say that John Connor never happened. They're like, you know what? Now that we meet in person, we don't even like each other. And you're like, whoa, what? Wait, what? And then they're like, yeah, you know, the timeline changed. Kind of don't like each other in this movie. I don't think we're going to get together. It's almost like they have the picture out, you know, and John Connor's like fading out the picture. It's crazy. But then he doesn't care. Remember they tell him, like, listen, we never fucked. So you're never going to exist. He goes, yo, I exist in my own timeline now. I don't care.
Yeah, that was retarded.
Because they kind of pooped on us saying, he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I forgot about that. I didn't like that at all.
So they were also saying that he died because like he didn't survive that attack. They're just using his look, right? So they're just saying, he's like he's a new hybrid. He's a hybrid. That's not John Connor. That's not John Connor. He died. He's like dying. It's just crazy. They got him dead in Genesis, and they're saying he's a bad guy in it.
Yeah.
But I think a worse blasphemy occurs in this one. Terrible, terrible blasphemy. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that kind of treatment. They got the Last Jedi treatment.
That's terrible.
Yeah, disrespectful. You know what I just found out before we started streaming was that in 2011, Kev, this is crazy. I think it was 2011 to 2014. Terminator franchise, like the rights to Terminator were purchased by somebody for $20 million.
Crazy.
So when you start putting a couple things like 2 and 2 together, this was just crazy. Before that, James Cameron could have purchased Terminator. He didn't. And it kind of shows, he was the one that wrote this like kind of bad, in my opinion, bad kind of plot line on this movie. He admitted that in some article that this was his idea to do it this way. And just the fact that $20 million to own Terminator isn't that crazy of a price, and he probably could have maybe gotten that himself, like if he cared enough. So it's just like he even doesn't give a shit enough to like. Imagine you were James Cameron and you could own Terminator. You could own the rights to Terminator, like your kind of baby, and he just didn't really want it.
He didn't want that shit.
Weird. That's weird.
He's like, nah, fuck this.
Epic.
Means there's a suit involved, man. The suits.
It means like he like doesn't mind if it gets a little bit ruined or if it gets a little bit tainted. I guess like he just doesn't care. It's quite odd. Like George Lucas sold Star Wars for $4 billion, and this price tag for Terminator World is only $20 million. That's such a difference. I know it's completely different, but Terminator, in my mind, going back to 1992, 1991, that was the biggest thing going. Like if you did it right with any Terminator preceding that, you would be like rolling in money. Like this would be one of the bigger things out there. It's just like they have a hard time kind of cementing where they're going to go from that.
Yeah. Craziness.
That's a shame. That could be so cool. And again, they're kind of like doing this and kind of ruining things like as people are kind of be dying off. It's like well, you don't like utilize Leia, and unfortunately, they were saving her to be like the main role in Episode 9 when they never got all our favorite characters together like in one movie when they could have. They decided to keep them separate and then maybe reunite them in Episode 9, which they couldn't have because Han would have been dead. But unfortunately, then you don't have the actress for Leia anymore, and you just wasted just so much opportunity. It kind of seems like they're going to do that, where they could take Arnold, they could take Linda Hamilton, they could make something of it, something really cool. But instead, they put Arnold and they say he's married, he's hanging out in the woods, it's like married. Just
Arnold is married to who?
It's like I don't know, like a lady with like a Mexican son or something. And
like he fooled her? Like he fooled this chick?
It's kind of like one of the characters in our story.
He doesn't know
where like he saw someone getting bullied, right? So this doesn't relate to someone in our story. He saw someone getting bullied and he like went up and like helped them because he said, oh, like they actually asked him in the movie. They're like, "Yo, how is this possible?" And he goes, "Oh, our relationship isn't physical. I just like want to protect them. I saw that they were in trouble. They were getting abused by her previous boyfriend. So he explained it all out. There was no mystery. He goes like, they had a boyfriend. It was abusive. He was hitting the son too. I stepped in. I took care of that.
Yeah.
I decided to move in. They like me enough where they respect me as a man of the family. I've been living here 20 years with them." It's like, wait, what?
Crazy.
Okay, that's not. It just seems like everyone wants to change up your expectations and be like, "Oh, you thought Terminator was a ruthless killer? Think again. Terminator can live in the woods."
He's a stepdad. Yeah, he became a stepdad.
He's actually, you know what his job is in the movie? Because like this is what he's been posing as: a drapery hanger.
That's crazy.
So he hangs drapes, and then when someone has a comment in the movie, they try to be funny. And Arnold is good in it, like for this role, which is just goofy. But they could have written anything. He would have been epic. He's Conan. He could have done anything, but they have him be a drapery guy. And in one part of the movie, he's making a kind of a joke about they picked the wrong drapes for the kids' room. It should have been polka dots when in fact they had picked solid color. That's the joke. Like, this is the Terminator. You see what they did here, Ken?
That's crazy, man.
And the Terminator's name is Carl, in case you wanted to know. Carl.
They call him Carl.
His name is Carl. That's his name, bro.
That's crazy.
Just don't disrespect by calling him the T-800 or any kind of like serial number. Dude, this dude has a truck. He's got a van, and he sells drapery out of the van.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So,
out of all that I've said, it's like, imagine how much time was wasted on that when like we could have like had like helicopters and future and like stepping on skulls and like da 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 da.
Yeah, they didn't do any of that.
They don't do that. They don't do that.
That's crazy.
They kind of like halfway brought in the theme a couple times. They never like went full theme and like boom, like oh Terminator,
You gotta go full theme.
They gotta go. They gotta do it, but I don't know why they're holding back.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Holding back.
Do you know why? Do you know why they held back?
You talking to the dog?
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Why they hold back?
They killed the character off in Terminator?
Sorry?
They killed the character off?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Mundo's comment.
It's not pretty, Mundo. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. If you like anything about Terminator 2, now Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time. It even beats out Star Wars. Maybe it even beats out The Long Kiss Goodnight, which is really my favorite movie.
Oh, that movie is amazing.
But Terminator 2, actually, I went and saw the movie twice, which is unheard of for 1991, 1992. No one goes to the movie twice. When Terminator 2 came out, everybody went to that movie twice. Everybody went to that movie twice because it was an epic movie-going experience. It was packed Friday night. It was packed Saturday night. I went to see Terminator Dark Fate. Saturday night, opening weekend, it's half full in my town. It's like Saturday night at 7:45 is half full. Why? And then, you kind of start watching. You're like, oh, this is why. Not many people are happy. Like, I would have walked out if I didn't want to see and wait and see where are they going to go with this. This is odd. Why would they do that? That looks like it hurts. That looks like it hurts the image. It's almost like Luke Skywalker. They kill Luke Skywalker. Didn't anyone at the company realize that there's like a price to Luke Skywalker? There's a monetary price tag to Luke Skywalker. He is worth probably going forward from the point that they killed him to the point that they were going to end in episode 9. He was probably worth at least $2.5 billion for Disney. So why didn't anyone come in and say, like, look, this is like, that's when the suits should have stepped in and said, listen, this is our cash cow. You can't do this. The only toys that people are buying are Luke Skywalker toys. You want to kill Luke Skywalker?
Yeah,
and you want to have him like, really, I don't know, does it seem like he's going to appear in this new movie? It doesn't seem, I don't know. They're not really hinting anything about it in the trailers that he's going to be a ghost or anything.
I mean, even if he is, man, no one cares about him anymore.
Like, she's got those books. I don't think she needs any of their Force Ghost guidance. She's kind of got their books, those Jedi books.
I thought those books got burned.
No, like they showed her, in the last scene of The Last Jedi, someone says, "Oh, like isn't it a shame those books got burned or whatever?" And then they show her closing the drawer in the Millennium Falcon, which is her ship at that point, closing the drawer, and all those books are in the drawer.
I don't remember that.
They actually show it 2 times. Like they show it 2 times, and then like Yoda even says something like, "Oh, Rey's got what she needs." He not only means like she's got what she needs, but that she's got what she needs. Like she took that library.
It's crazy, man. It's all crazy. It's all crazy.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear what you think when you go see that, or maybe you'll see it.
I'll watch it somehow, some way.
I hope you don't give them money. That's just a terrible thing.
Damn, man.
That would tell them you want more of that, and believe me, you don't. You don't want more of that. You do not want more of that. That was not it. Focus group should have caught that one.
Wasn't
like,
the way
whoa! What are you doing?
What are you doing over here?
I was alive back in '91. I don't like this. This ain't right.
Damn.
Don't do this. Everyone cheered at the end of the movie.
Yeah, back in '91? Hell yeah.
Watch what happens a week after the movie Terminator 2 ends. It's like they took your money and just said, "Go to hell, you filthy audience. We don't want you to have that ending."
It's terrible. Terrible.
What'd you say?
Terrible.
Yeah. To be honest, though, all that stuff in Terminator 2 and even Terminator 1, it looked scarier. It looked deadlier. Now, when everything's kind of the computer,
it's too polished.
It's a little bit too polished. Like
they don't leave anything to the imagination anymore, man.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
That kind of jerky movement of the robotics that they would kind of move around in to do the effects. Terminator 2, Terminator 1, that type of thing looked robotic because it was real. It's a little harder when you have it just very smooth in the computer.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
I mean, isn't that one of the reasons? Like, honestly, we're drawing this comic by hand. We both have an iPad. We both have Procreate. We could probably do this faster in the iPad. One of the reasons why we're doing it by hand is because you're going to get something. Something's lost in translation. Something may be. We're not sure. Something may be lost in translation on the iPad. maybe, you know, it's like it's almost too soon to tell. It's like when when something new comes out, like a new drug or something new, it has to be tested, you know, and then not till sometimes 20 years later do you realize like the effect or the negative effect. If it's like a slow, we don't realize maybe there's you know, something missing with the. I think paper's gonna translate a little better for this story.
Yeah, hell yeah. Just gonna fill in some random, not random. I'm just gonna start filling in some shadows and stuff. See if we get this chick going.
I like
her face. Huh?
I like your pace. By the time we're always, you know, a little bit in, you have the inks going.
Something to look at. You know what I mean? Just want to make a quick model, basically. I'm not trying to. Not trying to make it like a super amazing piece of work here. Just gotta put it down.
Do you have any backstory for Adrienne and Paul? Like, do you want to talk about, like, I want to hear you make something up, like, about her. Is there something in her childhood you can make something up right now? We don't have too much, like, we have like previous girlfriends and stuff of her, but we don't really have anything child, you know, from her childhood. We don't have anything about her. Is there something in their parents? I mean, even if it never comes up, do you see her as anything? Was she, you know, a bully in class? Was she bullied herself? Was she beaten by her dad? Was she
we threw around some a backstory of hers before.
What was it? Because I
was saying
her girlfriend.
Her girl Charis or Chari, however you want to pronounce that, was one of like No God soldiers.
Yep.
From on Albatross itself. So we was talking about like maybe she was on Albatross, like seeing like Charis or how was it, Charis or Charis?
Her name is like Cariz.
So she was on Albatross, like seeing Cariz go through all that stuff she was going through with No God. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But they kind of she's like a teenager.
Yeah, like they kind of escaped together.
Right.
And then they found Donovan off the island. And, you know, I guess her whole motivation is like she's not going back. You know what I'm saying? She's not going back to like fending for herself. Like she's just with her girl. And her girl is a killer too. Her girl is a killer.
Right. Well, isn't it in the past? I'm trying to remember. We got it written down in that orange book. But there's her girl's a killer, but there's like a previous girlfriend who was like maybe even more of a killer, but she's dead, right? Isn't there was like there's a sister, so it's like Marie's I think is dead, and that's the one that she really liked, but Cariz is like
I don't remember that.
I got a couple of drawings that we gotta take a look at. We gotta iron out like who's the sister there that's dead. There's actually 3 sisters, and Adrienne and Paul liked one of them a lot. She died, and then she likes this other sister okay, but it's not like she liked the other one. You know how that happens?
Yeah.
It's like your true love, like that one's gone, but she's got the sister now, which is almost as good.
That's terrible. All right. But yeah, I always felt like her girl was kind of like her special weapon, because you know she was trained like from No God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that. I also see
kind of has like kind of like a similar look to No God, like with the skull face and all that.
Right.
And she's just she's a killer. And a part of me always felt like she doesn't necessarily want to be a killer, but she's just so good at it She'll just help Paul out when she really needs to.
We'll have to get creative on how she kills.
Well, she has that eyepiece, remember? Like that thing that plugs into her eye that makes her like a super dead shot.
Right, but how does she get away like morally? I forgot.
What do you mean how she get away morally?
Like the hemobites.
Well, I mean she's down with this dude.
Okay. She's authorized.
Yeah, basically. And she's not out on her own just doing it. She's doing it like for them when they need it. I gotta stop being lazy, man. I gotta really practice these shadows and highlights like for real. You know what I mean? So it's not there's no learning curve.
Tell me about it. I got my own problems.
Yo, but she's looking like somebody, man.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I think she's looking like the champion that I know she is.
Yeah, that hand cannon is for real.
I kind of feel like at one point I have to write it in still with this. There's a little bit of that goes on in Albatross Junction. I kind of think that not in Albatross Junction, in Quantum Heights, when Donovan is away, that there's some political upheaval and stuff like that go on because he's the leader. He's not there. She's trying to hold stuff together. Because also Donovan's not there. I mean, Dobbs is not there either because he's with Donovan, and she's trying to hold stuff together. Adrienne Paul's trying to hold everything together, trying to hold the whole city together as it's kind of collapsing politically. Someone else is about to be like voted in or something, they're kind of maybe going to do like almost like a coup because Donovan's not there. I kind of feel like at one point,
You got to prove it though, right?
well, I think they're going to jail her. Nah.
I don't think she's that. I think she's too tough for that, man. She's too tough for that shit.
They're gonna try to, but like in a lot of the Star Wars books, in like what's now called Legends, which is the old Star Wars books like that took place after Return of the Jedi, whereas Leia and Luke got older. There was so many times where like Leia goes somewhere to like negotiate with somebody or whatever, and they try to like capture her, and it's like sometimes it just goes badly for them. Sometimes she talks her way out. Sometimes she fights her way out. She's more of a warrior in the books than they showed in the new movies. And, I kind of think like even if they try to jail Adrienne Paul, like her connections and her like expertise and her knowledge and her loyalty to Donovan, she gets out of that situation.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like, people do see her as people that are Donovan's enemy see her as an enemy because she's loyal to Donovan.
Yeah. She waves his flag high.
Whereas like a lot of other people in Quantum Heights could probably be swayed or, could probably like go, I don't know how you say, go work for somebody else or whatever. They don't mind as much as certain characters who just pretend.
Yeah, there's a lot of bronze in this camp.
Yeah. Soldiers for hire.
Yeah, definitely.
And even though they may not be like exactly like soldiers for hire, they are because like they're only hanging out in Quantum Heights. It's almost like the front runners. That's kind of a lot of the people that Donovan has in Quantum Heights, as you could expect from the winning team. You're going to have just a lot of front runners. A lot of people are there because Donovan is the leader of the winning team.
Yeah, basically.
It's people like Adrienne and Paul, people that were like there before. They had two sons, people that were there before they were like so successful, that are like really some of the truest like loyal people to Donovan. You got Kincaid, you got Dobbs' son, and you got Adriana Paul are like the main loyal people. And then you got some, a bunch more like, lesser named soldiers and stuff like that have a loyalty to Donovan, that has served with Donovan, that trust that Donovan can only do the things that he can do. It's like a lot of people are smart, and they're like, they understand that if someone else comes in, they're not going to have all the sort of powers of Donovan, because Donovan has control over certain things that other people do not have the access codes to, such as like, hemobite stuff and sun controls and things like that.
Yeah. Crazy. Story's crazy, man. It's crazy. You go to sleep?
Yeah. I put the lights down.
Sweat. Oh, man.
See.
All right, man. That's crazy. Oh, what was this? What is this? He is fast. Who's fast? What about born into like a commando family? Kind of. It is. Yo, it's kind of scary how like all like the suggestions we get are kind of like similar to what we're doing. It's like, damn, are we doing what we kind of copy?
Like all my friends here have a really succinct idea of like what we're trying to do. I think, which is
it's wild, man. Because I don't know if you heard her say that like she has a girlfriend named Karis, who was kind of similar to like a child soldier. You know what I mean? Under General No God, who just he runs kind of most of Albatross Junction itself. Well, he doesn't really run it, but he's got his hands into everything. He's the dirtiest one of the dirtiest characters in this story. Like he's just a sleazeball.
Yeah, he's one of those like African warlords.
Yeah, he's like a warlord pretty much. So she and her girl ran away, and then that's when Donovan kind of gave them a chance. It's a good story. It's a dope story.
I kind of think that should be the dead one. That's got to be the dead one. That was like, let's say Marie's got sister.
So it could easily be that the three of them were leaving, and then the one that she was with kind of like got killed, and they like not with her by default because she does have love for her, but wasn't her number one. But just like they have such a crazy history that they're gonna take care of each other.
And the way I kind of see, like, how like ironic life is kind of, and one of the details that I could kind of see happening just as a real life perspective would be Marie's is the sister that kind of leads. Maybe she's the older one. She is older than Adriana Paul, and she's older than Carice, and Carice is younger than Adriana Paul, right? So Adriana Paul's in the middle. Adriana Paul kind of is very fond of, is maybe in love with Maurice, but as a younger girl, like she's coming into her own and trying to understand her, herself, and she looks up to this person, Maurice, who eventually rescues her but dies in a process, right? Also rescuing Carice, her sister, Maurice's sister, rescuing her sister at the same time, and maybe Carice is kind of like has that love, has that look to Adriana Paul, like Adriana Paul had to Maurice. So Adriana Paul doesn't her true love is gone, but she does have the sister there, and the sister actually really likes Adriana Paul, has kind of got a crush on Adriana Paul.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's kind of how life works sometimes. It's like the one you really like, maybe they pass, but then it's like the sister of that person, maybe they like you, and maybe you can make it work, but it's not quite the same. It's like fighter pilots in like World War II or something like that. There might be two brothers. One of them dies and takes kind of the wife, the living brother kind of goes to the wife. Like maybe it happened.
Yo, are you telling me the premise to Pearl Harbor right now, man? With Josh
that movie was actually based on those real scenarios of like the brother. It was usually the brother. It was like there was another movie about it called with Brad Pitt, where it was like World War One. It wasn't World War II, where the brother is actually in love with one of the other brother's wives, and then when that brother turns up dead, it's very awkward, and it's like they try to get together and things don't go quite right, and it's like the one who's in love with the other one who's dead. It's kind of real life. It's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens.
Yo, on another note, though, I do like the sound of Merc City. Is that from someplace? Doesn't sound familiar to me, but I like the way that sounds.
I like the way that sounds too. If that's not taken, maybe we could use it for one of the like the tribal areas, Kev. Where
I would see it as like where like No God has his people. That's where his people live. You know what I'm saying?
Triumvirate people, or
No God's faction of people. Like they'll live like Charas and Maras lived in Merc City.
Oh, I can see that. Okay. Because
all they were with Mercs, they just mercs, man. It's mercenaries. That's it.
When I hear the word city, though, I think of No God's area as villages, but I mean, I guess it could be considered a city if it's bigger than what I imagine right now.
Yeah, we got like separate views of No God, but we'll get on the same page with him. We'll get on the same page. We'll just wrestle it out.
I was just thinking how Saruman tells Gandalf, you're going to come to my side by way of pain, and
with the stupid hand.
Yeah.
Trying to cook, man. I'm hungry as hell too.
Wait, so did you eat after 7 when you were allowed to eat again?
Yeah, I ate.
And did you eat like a whole lot of food, or you just ate a meal?
Yeah, I was headed towards the deep end.
Uh-oh.
So I had rice with a piece of fish, right? Not bad. A little bit of spinach, some a little bit of salad dressing, nothing too crazy. But then Gavin asked me to open like a little box of Milk Duds.
Uh-oh, so you opened 2. Why not open 2?
And the first box just went straight. I was like, it was crazy. And then my mother-in-law was like, "Oh, I'm leaving." Oh, she was like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, but I cooked. I have these cornbreads that I cooked for you, whatever." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not really gonna." Slice of cornbread. And I was like, "No, I gotta stop.
They were gone by the time you could deny them.
I had to stop. So I ate 1 piece of cornbread, a little like three Milk Duds, and then the food. So it wasn't that bad.
That's not too bad.
But let me tell you, I'm hungry right now.
Wait, so did the kids bring back like Halloween candy that you were able to like confiscate and eat yourself, or is it not enough? Did it go around? Like, where's the Halloween?
They have too much food, man. They have too much candy, man. It's ridiculous.
I don't know the way they do it now, where you were saying they go inside the trunks of people or something.
Yeah, the trunk or treat.
I saw the sign. I thought trick or treat was spelled wrong. I had no idea.
Yeah, so or like different towns you found, like I volunteered for my kids' karate school, right? So I had to decorate my trunk and then have candy in it, and we all open our trunks in the parking lot. They walk in the circle and just pick candy. Corny, man. It's kind of corny.
But I guess you make kind of almost like a tailgating thing out of it when you're in the parking lot. You make like
basically that's basically what it is.
I guess that could
crazy. It's pretty silly. I'm not used to that. I told you, like, my kids were ringing bells and not even screaming trick or treat. I was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you?"
I don't think they get it anymore.
I was like, "Yo, you're not my kid, man. You're not my kids."
They don't even get what to do.
I was ashamed. I was like, yeah, I was screaming for them, trick or treat.
They probably think you're like corny for saying.
I'm a dickhead. They think I'm just an asshole. Like, yo, Pops is loud. He's stupid. Yo, Lee actually made me laugh though, man. I was like, I was saying corny little stupid stuff. So I was like, oh, you're my little cupcake juju bear, whatever the hell. And she was like, oh, daddy, and you're my fat man.
Oh
No, she's like, God,
oh,
she said, you're my
no!
fat guy.
No, you know what that reminds me of? You know what that reminds me of?
I was crying.
Is when they pretended you were dead.
Oh, that was terrible.
Remember when they pretended you were dead?
Yeah, we're talking about 3-year-old kids pretending I was dead.
That was wild, though. They had little dolls set up, and one was underneath the covers. And you said, "What's going on here?" And they said, "Oh, that's Daddy." And you said, "Well, what's going on?" I got the sheet over my head. And they go, "Yeah, you're dead."
And they said, I was like, oh yeah, you passed away.
Oh man! And they knew the polite way to say it too.
You passed away. I was like, yo.
They knew that the polite way to just tell you that you were no longer part of the family. They don't even think he is part of the family anymore after that night.
It's messed up, man. I had to hit them with the Jesus Christ rebuke you. Smack them with some holy water.
That's what you splashed them with?
The power of Christ compels you.
To respect your father.
Respect your father before I hit you with my fist. My closed fist. I don't care your tree.
Don't pretend your father's dead until he's actually dead.
Yo, that was dark though, man. I was like, yo, where'd they get this from, man? It's all that news their grandmother watches, man.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yo, I had them saying that the news sucks though. So that, I'm programming them, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. There you go.
Like the news is so bad. I was like, hell yeah, the news is suck. You don't need to watch that.
You're like, let's watch puppies being born on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? Let's watch pigs eat slop.
That's what, if I had kids, I would just have them watch puppies being born. And then one of the times, Kev, this is honest to God what I would do. Because like on YouTube now, like you could watch the puppy being born that you're going to get, right? So I'd have them watching puppy videos of puppies being born. Like it would go on for like a year, right? And then I'd make it pay special attention to this one puppy video. I'm like, watch this one puppy video. This is insane what happens here. And they'll be watching, like, watch what happens. Don't blink, something happens. And then the puppies be born. They're so cute. And then you say, listen, one of those puppies is yours. We're going to pick them up on Saturday. That's an hour away. We're going to pick them up on Saturday. And then they would probably stare at you. They'd be so happy. They'd probably start screaming once they realized.
Little bastards. Little bastards.
I bought you that black and white one.
Yeah, I'm liking this poll kind of making sense to me a little bit. Nice. I gotta do it fully decked out, like with the coats and everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this is still her interior outfit.
Yeah. This is like her quick go-to. Like if something's popping off, she slips that on real quick. Oh, I like what's going on here.
You talking about with mine or with yours?
Yeah, with yours.
Sweet. So then I kind of have this whole area here to like deal with the family stuff.
All right.
And I'm kind of thinking we could do like a really stylized like background to this elevator as well, like something with the future, something that looks cool.
Let's do it. Do it.
And once that's done, you can send me that photo to my phone, and I'll use it as a reference for when we draw her. Just like that.
Adrienne the Pizzo.
That Dobbs one helps. So I actually have to draw in.
It's got to be kind of cool to have some type of model, you know? Little something, something. Yeah, I want to know what Mundo's cooking, though, man.
What is Mundo cooking?
That's what I want to know, damn it. Maybe I don't want to know. It might sound good as hell. He's like, yeah, it's nothing much. I got me a ribeye steak with some garlic sauce that I had left over from yesterday. That was nice.
Yeah, I had so much food yesterday, but it doesn't stop me from just being so hungry today. I want another diner meal. I got a diner meal yesterday. I got pancakes. I got eggs.
Yo, that wasn't yesterday, man. That was at 1 o'clock this morning.
That was today. Okay, yeah, today. But I love breakfast food at night. It's the best. Or early morning. Anytime it's good. So good.
It's so tasty.
They brought me so much syrup. I didn't have to ask for extra.
Soup?
Syrup?
Oh, yeah. Pancakes.
I'm a syrup fiend. I'm just always using too much syrup. It's like frosting on a Christmas cookie.
You know what's bad, man? You know what I had to stop getting? I had to stop getting pancakes, man, because when they give you that ice cream scoop of butter.
Oh no, I don't deal with the butter. I can't deal with it.
I use the whole ice cream scoop of butter. I spread it out like hanga. And I flip it so it gets the hot middle of the two pancakes. Swap and go hanga.
I mean, that must taste amazing, though.
It's disgusting, man.
That must taste amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why I think I'm having a heart attack like 3 times a month. Wake up like,
yeah, like there is overdoing it. Like I believe in, eating that junk food. Like I think is kind of like at this. I don't know. It's not okay. It's not okay. But like at least like the only thing I could think of to kind of balance it out is like when we have a donut, it's just to lop the bottom off the donut, lop the top off the donut, eat only part of it, eat the part with the frosting. Don't worry about the rest. Throw the rest away. If there's a cookie, eat like the best part of the cookie, throw half of it away. That's the only way I could think of to kind of get around it, to still get the taste, but to get around. I mean, there's one other way. You
can't do it, man. You can't
purge it. You could binge and purge it. Kevin tried that in 2015.
What?
Binging and purging. You did that so many times a day.
Binging and purging?
Yeah, I had to take you to the hospital. Do you remember that time I took you to the hospital?
Remember that?
And like you were throwing up, and they were saying, "Please stop! It's not good to binge and purge." And you were like, "I've been doing it all year.
I've been doing it since I was 4."
They're like, "Well, listen, you look good." They're like, "You look."
You
good
know what's funny? Hope the day comes. I hope the day comes that in like 12 years when you're getting all this hate mail for no reason, and it comes back to this moment in this video. Like, how dare you? They're gonna think it's
serious. You make fun of Kevin. He's now in a mental institution for getting harassed by me. He can't take it anymore.
Let me tell you something. I never threw shit up ever. That's the problem.
You tasted it all the way down. That was when
I should have thrown it up, man. That's why my little girl is calling me her big fat guy. She's like, "Oh, you my big fat guy." Y'all don't even know where she gets that from, man. Now, where'd she get that from? Bro, she's 5. People like, "Come on, big guy."
No, there must be one of these cartoons that she's watching that is like they have a fat character or something.
Oh my god, man, it's funny as hell, man.
No, but I don't even think they're like allowed. They're probably not like doing that in cartoons anymore, like calling people fat or doing anything.
Nah, everybody's too triggered, man.
They're probably just being very polite to everybody.
Calling everybody beautiful.
Well, here's the good thing about your daughter. Then, in regards to that, she's polite to everybody except you. Then she's polite.
Yeah. We go in on each other, man. It's hilarious.
She's polite to everybody else.
Yo, the day somebody tries to make fun of her in school, it's over.
What, she's gonna come back with all these like
Yo, she is quick. She is trained.
They're gonna start crying.
She's 5 and we talk terribly to each other sometimes. Like I'm here talking about her mother. Like her mom isn't my wife. I'm gonna try to do like a close up of her face or something. Well, we kind of got the close up of her face. I kind of like the face you showed me from years ago just now.
Yeah, that's working.
It's kind of a sick face. This isn't that bad. Oh man, kids, yeah, kids will ruin you. Kids ruin you, man. I remember one day I felt skinny, man. She came, she was like, "Look at that belly." She was like, "Oh, daddy."
No, but don't forget the angle she's looking at it. You're you're like 6'4".
Yo,
she's 3 feet tall, and
hilarious.
She's looking at you from the worst possible.
No, I mean,
from like the Darth Vader angle.
It's funny, man. It's all comedy. It's comedy, man. It's funny as hell. My kids are like my favorite comedians, man. Oh man, diabetes is no joke. It's not a game. Not a game.
Harris was talking about that on last night's live stream. He was saying how he has to take the insulin to balance it out.
That's hard though. Give up sugar. I fight give up. I'm still trying to give up sugar completely. So I'm fat as fast. Because the fasting forced me to stop snacking. You know what I mean? When you have kids, there's always junk around the house, just laying there in front of you, like take me.
That's true. I mean, you tried to stop that in the very beginning. It's just like it was no getting rid of that at your house.
Nah, hell no.
Oh, that's looking great. I love it.
So good night.
You know, I wonder, because what happened last time was I looked at the live stream that you recorded on your channel, and the drawing, like I'm talking about like 6 hours after we finished, where it was like, I think it was done processing. It looked okay. Like it looked clear. But the way I see it now, like during this video, it doesn't look as clear, right? Did you notice that, how it kind of like looked clear? So yeah. I'm kind of hoping that, you know, maybe it kind of looks better in the processed video than it does actually right now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so
yeah, it looks trash on camera.
Kev, like there was actually I was looking at some Indiegogo campaigns that were actually up at a point where, like, they were live at a point where I feel like we're actually past that point. So we need to start talking about like I think we're gonna need some pages of finished art first. So we're gonna have to take some pages as through to the color as a sample to kind of post on Indiegogo probably.
Yeah.
But I think we're almost at that point where we could actually get the campaign going, because one of the campaigns I was looking at today ends in September. So if we plan on ending in October, we're not that far off from actually just like being launched on there. So we have to start thinking about that, talking about that.
Let's do it. Oh, and good shit, the Mundo, man. You got it under control with the diet. That's no joke.
That's awesome.
Being consistent with the diet is the hardest thing ever, man.
That is much respect to you, because that is so difficult. I don't know what kind of job you have at Edmundo, but Kevin and I are sitting down.
He works in a chocolate factory, man.
Are you kidding me? That's what it said. That's what he said.
Nah, I don't know. I'm just making that up. I just trying to think.
His willpower must be
however
big. That smell. Could you imagine that smell? You were just talking about today how you were smelling. What were we smelling?
That was some caramel. It was a caramel candy. It was a candle.
Oh yeah, the candle. Yeah. That's hard. That's hard to stave off the cravings when you're, when you got a Burger King next door, or you got a chocolate chip cookie.
Yo, we got kids in his house, man. They're waving all types of good stuff in his face every day.
And then again, it's just Halloween. It's about to be Thanksgiving. It's about to be Christmas. You're going to be inundated with candy canes and chocolates, and then next thing you know, it's going to be Easter bunnies and chocolate.
You just got to lie to yourself like a psycho. That's all. You just don't like it. You don't need it. It's nothing.
Non-smokers don't smoke.
Yeah, man. Like I do. I have my best days when I tell my when I curse myself out. Like, yo, you soft if you eat this candy, man. Like, you're a straight sucker if you eat this candy. I need to threaten myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no bitch. I ain't no sucker, yo. And I don't eat nothing. But I'm gonna tell you how it happens. It happens the most when it's my kids, man. Like, I'll catch Leah eating too much, and I'm like, yo, get out of here. This now you can't eat that. Go put that away, this and that. And I take some out of her hand. And while I'm screaming with her, I'm just like, oh
no.
It's like, you can't eat this. You can't eat this.
And then she sees around the corner that you're plowing it. And she's crying. She's crying to mama.
But yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, it's true. You gotta. Yeah, a lot of things to resist, but I find the substitute is key. I was reading that book. You know that book I'm telling you about, Ed? The Power of Habit.
Yeah.
So it's the whole thing. They say, you have a cue. You got to recognize a cue that make that trigger like certain reactions that make you do so. Like, you might start craving a cigar, whatever the hell, and you got to replace the habit to get the same outcome. You know what I mean?
Replace it with what, like push-ups?
Yeah, anything, whatever's going to bring you to that same place that the cigar will bring you to.
Oh wow, that's rough.
You just keep doing that. Ain't easy. I didn't say it was easy. I'm just saying. Power of Habit is real. It's a dope book.
I believe in that 100%. I'm always telling people about patterns. I think patterns are everything. All right, well, let's
nice numbers right there. That's real. Good luck, man. Good luck, bro. It's real life. What you about to say, Ant?
What's those numbers means? Like 8.75 and 6.0 are those sugar numbers?
Yes, I don't know exactly what's like the perfect number, like what's real healthy and what's average. But I'm just going off of 8.75 down to 6. You know what I'm saying? Harris looked kind of good though, man, especially when he was playing that guitar. Yo, Harris was killing me with that.
I thought he was doing healthy. He was looking healthy.
He looked good. That guitar video though, man.
Funny, right?
Oh yeah, that was killing me.
It's like one of our favorite sound fonts for the lightsaber is done by
Oh wait, that was coming out the saber for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought a song was playing.
That's his lightsaber that he built for one of his.
Oh, that's even funnier then.
And Alan Johnson from Vader's Vault.
Oh, in the Force.
he recorded that many years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, and that was made into a sound font. And when you move the saber in different places or hit the button, you get the different guitar sounds. Pretty crazy.
It's hilarious.
It's always a good one to show off like how loud the lightsaber is, because it always kind of.
I thought it was being blasted through your speakers, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that was pretty loud, but it was from his actual lightsaber he was holding.
All right, man. I'm liking the way she's looking.
Yeah, me too. I was actually going to say we could like wrap this up, and your drawing of Adrienne Paul's done. Page is coming along here.
Yeah, man, it was nice.
I wanted to make that point to you about the Indiegogo. I think we could start talking about how we're going to launch that. When we're going to launch that, we can get it started. Start thinking about the tiers that it's going to be, and what we're going to offer on those tiers. Get that kind of put in there, and we can start promoting that once it's live.
Sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me, man.
I like it. I think, this is the definitive picture of Adrienne Paul that I'm going to go by from now on. This is her.
I would definitely use that face too.
The face from before, the face you're using now.
The face from before, from the one that you showed a little earlier.
Yeah, well, I actually, the one you drew tonight looks younger.
Yeah.
But it looks like her. It looks like
no, not that one. The one below that.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that girl.
She's hardened there.
Oh, look at that girl right now. Look at that girl right now.
She has been hardened.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yo, Mundo, this whole thing, we are coming out with the graphic novel. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, what I think it's going to be is like volume 1 is going to be like issue 1, 2, 3. Volume 2 is going to be issue
pages,
4,
right?
5. Volume 6 will probably be issue like 6, 7, and it'll kind of go like that. And then there might be, let's say, a printing of like if the issues kind of line up at a certain point, like for 12 or 13 or 14 issues that can fit into like a book form, we'll certainly do something like that too.
Oh yeah,
because we kind of have the story that goes for on and on and on, many issues. It's not just like a mini series, and it's not just a single graphic novel.
The story is a soap opera. We wrote the new All My Children.
We wrote it as a series, so we expect it to just continue. We want to keep drawing this.
Yeah, yo, I think she needs more. I like that face, man. That face is sick.
I like it.
She needs some more. She needs like that right there.
No, but I'm telling you, the face you drew tonight is very sophisticated. Is very cool style. That is a different overall style. I mean, look at the original drawing. It's a completely different type of style.
So the thought I keep having is I kind of want to streamline everybody so they're easier to draw 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yet still, she's got a lot of detail. I like all the detail. I like the practical straps, the practical belts, the practical canteens and canisters. When she goes outdoors, she can have more. I like the realism of the one titty. That makes sense to me. This is a world riddled with cancer, riddled with disease, explosions, problems, just any number of accidents. I mean, she's been at war for 25 years, I think, at this point. So these are hard people.
She got one teta. Yeah, man. I like it. I like it.
It kind of reminds me of they got these new guns on Grand Theft Auto right now that are like these space age guns, and I think they kind of relate to these games that they have going. Where like if you jump into a survival now on Grand Theft Auto, they have you as an alien and you're fighting humans, and you have like alien weaponry, which are like laser guns and stuff like that. This kind of reminds me of something like that because they got a couple of these weapons that it's like a pulse gun that like repels groups of enemies.
Oh, nice. Oh, yo, thanks. But he said Mundo says it's gonna be successful. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thanks so much.
Codename Cyclops. Oh man, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, like the cool thing is like her, like for some reason, like hot chicks are attracted to her. So her girlfriend's like got a hot body. I mean, you can't really see her face because her face is like got behind like a skull mask, but her girlfriend's kind of got a hot body.
Yeah, her girl is like one of the only people in like a cat suit, right?
Yeah, I think she's kind of like maybe she's got a temperature regulated. Oh, here she is, right here.
Yeah, but where's that's the eyepiece that she puts in.
Yeah, so
you have a
different
whole
looks.
You have a whole body. Like you drew her. Yeah, there she goes. She's a beast. Yeah, she's a beast. These sketches are old too, man.
Yeah, pretty old
sketches.
I wonder how old these are. Like, do these go back more than 5 years? I don't.
Yeah, they're like 2014, 2015. I mean, we had more fun talking about the story rather than like really starting to draw. So it got to the point where we got this thick ass story and no characters or no design characters.
No concepts were actually drawn up. So we got together this book and we started passing it back and forth to the point where the cover started to come off. So now we have it taped on, but we kind of thought that eventually we could call the sort of the overarching comics company for this novel. We could call it Orange Book Comics or something along those lines. We were throwing around
like that
production name, yeah, for that, but just as an homage to our Orange Book that's been passed around and still has blank pages left in it that, you know, on one of these one of these live streams, I will draw in it. We'll do some character designs in the book.
Yeah, that'll be hot. That'll be hot. Yeah, man. I think we're good. We're good to go.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Check out next time on Kev Cosme YouTube channel. We're going to be on Kevin's channel doing the same thing, Albatross Junction number 8. It's going to be Comic Book Creation live. It's going to be live again. It'll be posted afterwards. If you can't make it, it'll probably be.
I'm thinking about doing No God next.
Oh, that's going to be an epic one. I suggest you kind of have something. A little bit sketched first, and then you come in with the ink on the live stream and just like show him like on his. I mean, I just got the idea that he's on a throne of skulls just now, just as I was speaking to you. I don't know if we could do something with that, like a throne of skulls. Did anyone do that before? Did Conan do that?
Yeah, Conan did that.
Conan did that.
Doesn't matter.
I wonder, like, if he, I don't know, something with a pile of skulls. I got that vision for No God.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's his whole motif, man.
Yeah, I guess that's why that's what I was thinking. But yeah, join us on Kevin's channel in a couple days. I think we've been doing like Monday, either Wednesday or Thursday, and maybe we're going to be doing some Sundays like we did a couple times. So
yeah.
We kind of want you guys here when we're working on the book, so we could talk to you guys and you guys can ask questions and we can have a conversation. We've been getting ideas from you guys.
It's fun that way.
Yeah, so we like to show the entire process where we can pick up from where we left off last time. So we do like to do these pretty often. We've just been bouncing back and forth between our channels and doing it that way. So make sure you're subscribed to Kevin at Kev Cosme. Make sure you're subscribed to me at Space Windu, and you'll be covered as far as seeing the entire way through of the design and the creation of this brand new comic series called Albatross Junction. And thanks for hanging out. I'm going to end the broadcast. Thanks for doing this, Kevin. Thanks for being a part of this.
Have a good one, Mondo.
And we'll see you next time. Enjoy your food too.
Yeah, hell yeah. Slurping that up right now. Slurp.
He's eating healthy.
Killing it. All right, broskies.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Later.